Are you doing everything you can to get your white DTF transfers actually looking white, but they just keep on turning out gray? If that sounds like you and you are just stuck, you're at a dead end, you don't know what you're going to do to make this order, I have just the solution for you. Stay tuned. We've all been there before. We order what we think is going to be a white DTF transfer, but then we go to transfer it to a black, super dark shirt, and it turns out actually looking gray. Of course, this is obviously something that we don't want and something that we would never want to give our customers, which is why I am making this video today to kind of go over some of the things that you should be looking for when actually buying your DTF transfers and doing whitening specifically. Okay, so I have my heat press here up right now. I am doing 285 degrees Fahrenheit, and I'm going to be pressing these on for 10 seconds. As for my pressure settings on the heat press, I'm set to about medium to firm pressure. I have it set pretty firm, and it does take a good bit of force to actually get the heat press down and applied. So these are the kind of settings that I use for most of my DTF transfers, no matter if it is white or a full color design. And when you are pressing it, if you're finding that your designs are coming out a little gray, you feel like they might be getting pressed into the t-shirt just a bit too much, your first thought might be to go ahead and release some of the pressure, to loosen the pressure on your heat press. Don't do that. You do not want to do that. That is a common beginner's mistake that we see a lot of people making. They loosen the pressure to make the transfer maybe look a little more brighter on the t-shirt, but what you're actually doing that is causing the design not to be fully bonded into the t-shirt. So we want to make sure that we are setting the pressure to medium to high so that the adhesive on the back of these DTF transfers makes a firm bond with the t-shirt, and that can really grip it and it will stay on the t-shirt for a long time to come. You want to have that durability when you're using DTF transfers. That's one of the benefits at the end of the day. So let me just show you some of the things that we do to make sure that the white really pops on the DTF transfers that we send you guys. Unfortunately, I wish that we could say all DTF transfers are made the same, but unfortunately they're not. So when it comes to actually printing white DTF transfers alone, this is where you're going to have the largest amount of variance, and this is where you can really separate the wheat from the chaff. If you are buying DTF transfers from somebody who you're only looking for the bottom of the barrel pricing, you're just looking for someone who can get it done the cheapest possible way, you might be running into issues just like this one, where the other transfers that you get from them, they're okay, they look all right. But when it is something that is solid white, only white, and you're especially transferring that over to a black dark garment, you're going to run into problems where your white is not white. You're having some gray and just it does not look bright, vivid white. The reason why this happens is because the supplier that you are buying your DTF transfers from is skimping out on you. That is, I wish I could say otherwise, but unfortunately that's just really what it comes down to. The supplier that you're buying your DTF transfers from is skimping you out on ink. They're reducing the ink settings on their printer when they're running your files so that it does not lay down as much white ink. To make sure that they can get as many prints as they possibly can on those DTF printers of theirs, they're speeding it up so they are not running as many passes on your designs as they could to ensure that they can take on as many orders as they possibly can. And at the end of the day, they're just getting their transfer orders out of the door. They're getting them out of the print queue and in your hands, but if it's not a solid quality transfer, what does it really matter at the end of the day? So with all of that to say, you really just need to make sure that you are taking a good hard look at the DTF transfer supplier vendor that you are purchasing from. But to kind of prove what I'm saying is in fact a truth, I have two designs for you. So these are both, I've labeled each of them. This is design number 1, this is design number 2. I have my partner go ahead and kind of like mix them up, so I actually don't know which one is which right now. I am going into this test blind just as you are, so let's find out together which DTF transfer looks the best. One of these is actually from a competitor. This is from the competition. This is some of the DTF transfers that if you're buying from any of the big boys, any of the really popular guys that you see on social media, you're probably getting a DTF transfer like this. So let's go ahead and get both of these designs pressed. Let's see if we can figure out which one was produced by the competition and which one we produced here at amstransfers.com. Okay, so I have my t-shirt loaded up on the heat press. Let's go ahead and give it a pre-press just to kind of take out any moisture out of the tee. I want this test to be completely fair, so if there's anything that I needed to do, I should have done, let me know down in the comments. We'll redo the test. I want this to be in unbiased, fair review of both of the transfers. Like I said, I don't know which one of these designs is actually the one that we produced. I have my partner mix them up and kind of label each one 1 and 2. So we'll figure out which one actually goes came from us at the end of the day here. All right, let's just go ahead and get this blind test started. We're going to be doing the number 1 labeled DTF transfer. We're going to be putting that one on the top of the t-shirt. And then the DTF transfer labeled 2, we're going to put that one right below it. We're going to put these right next to each other so we can easily tell the differences, if there are any at all, between these two designs and which transfer is ultimately the most superior. Let's get it pressed. I'm using a Teflon sheet to go ahead and cover these up. Let's get it pressed. Now, one of the other nice things about using transfers ordered from amstransfers.com is we use instant peel film. So you can always be sure that the designs are going to be ready to peel right after they are coming off of the heat press. You're not going to have to wait for anything. So let me go ahead and adjust the camera for you guys. No cuts, no edits, so you guys can see I'm not trying to pull the wool over your guys' eyes. Let's go ahead, peel number 1. Clean peel. Let's go ahead and peel number 2. And again, guys, I think I'll pick up the camera here for you. I think it's noticeably different which one was printed from amstransfers.com and which one was from the competition. Hopefully it's coming out on camera, but for me, it's literally night and day obvious. This one here, the one that was labeled number 1, was printed from amstransfers.com. This is the competition. This one looks gray, not very bright, kind of just like dull. This one is literally bright white, as you guys can hopefully tell on the t-shirt. That it's kind of like there's like a glow around it almost on the camera. I'm not sure if you guys are going to be able to pick that up. But it's very obvious. This one is from amstransfers.com. This is the competition. The competition looks dull, gray almost, just like not white at all. And if you do look closely, it's just not great. It could definitely be better. And the one from amstransfers.com just looks clean, super bright. And ultimately, we were able to peel this instantly. So both of them came out with instant peel film. So that is a plus for both the competition and buying from amstransfers.com. But again, when it comes to that bright white, if you guys are looking for actually vivid, actually white designs, and you need them for your DTF transfers on dark apparel, visit amstransfers.com. We offer same-day turnaround time if you place your DTF transfers before 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. We offer free standard shipping if you place an order above $100, and free next-day shipping when you order above $300. We are ready to support your orders. Place your order using the link below or visit us at amstransfers.com.
Check this out.